Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm really excited for today's deep dive.
Me too.
It's all about this idea of reliability.
Yeah.
Something we maybe don't think about all the time, but it's
It
kind of all around us, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Just imagine, like,
yeah.
a world where your car just never breaks down,
Right.
your phone always has a signal,
Uh-huh.
and, all those huge factories out there
Yeah.
that make everything we use just
Yeah.
run perfectly, like clockwork.
Yeah. That's the dream.
That's what we're going to explore today using these awesome insights
Right.
from Eric Kupchi, founder of R2 Reliability,
Yeah,
and his Road to Reliability framework.
it's a great framework.
It is. And it's funny, just the other day, my coffee maker
Oh no.
just decided to give up the ghost.
Oh really?
I was like, is the universe trying to tell me something?
That's funny.
Get ready for this episode, right?
Yeah, that's what's so fascinating about reliability. Like,
Yeah.
it really is everywhere. And when it fails,
Yeah.
you really notice it.
Big time.
Yeah.
So let's get down to it.
Okay.
What is the state of reliability right now
Yeah.
in these big industrial plants that we depend on for everything?
Well, Hepshay lays it out pretty straight.
Yeah.
There's over 100,000 large industrial plants
Why?
globally, and most of them are struggling with low reliability.
That's wild.
It is. It's
With all the advancements in
Yeah.
technology.
You didn't think we'd have this figured out.
You would, right. But it means
Yeah.
there's constant breakdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Soaring maintenance
Yeah.
costs. Wasted time, wasted resources.
And ultimately, lost profit
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, and it goes beyond that, right?
Yeah.
It affects the cost of goods. It can even lead to safety risks.
It's mind-boggling, almost,
It is.
that we haven't really cracked the code on this.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Because Hupje says one of the biggest problems is our own bias.
Okay.
It's this complexity bias that we have.
What does that mean?
We like to overcomplicate things,
Oh, interesting.
even when there are simpler solutions.
I like to make things harder than they need to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We see it all the time in engineering,
Makes sense.
where we,
Yeah.
try to find the most complex fix
Right.
instead of just
Looking at the root cause.
the root cause. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the antidote to this?
Well, Hupje points to this groundbreaking research from Winston Ledet.
Okay.
Now, this is from back in the 1990s.
Wow, so we've known about this.
We have,
That's
but
fascinating.
because he showed
Yeah.
that just by focusing on 3 key areas,
Okay.
we can really boost uptime in these settings.
Okay, what are those?
So we have planning and scheduling,
Got it.
preventive and predictive maintenance,
Okay.
and then defect elimination. And what's really cool is he found that when you add that defect elimination,
Yeah.
your uptime can actually increase by almost 10%
Wow.
compared to just focusing on the first 2.
So actually focusing on fixing problems
Yes.
is more effective than just trying to prevent them in the first place.
It seems counterintuitive,
It does, yeah.
but it's about shifting our mindset, right?
Really.
From reactive to proactive.
I like it.
And this is where we get to Hupji's Road to Reliability framework.
Yeah.
He takes those 3 key areas from Ledet's research,
Mm-hmm.
but then he adds a 4th crucial element,
Okay, what's that?
leadership and culture.
Ooh, interesting.
Because,
Yeah.
technical solutions alone won't get us there.
Right.
We need a culture
Yeah.
that actually embraces continuous improvement.
I like it.
And you need strong leadership to drive that.
To make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting to see how all this fits together.
Yeah.
But let's break it down. Let's go through each element.
Sounds good.
So first up, planning and scheduling.
Yeah.
I have to admit, when I hear those words, I kind of think of to-do lists and endless meetings,
Right. Yeah.
but I'm guessing there's more to it than that.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Right.
Think of it less like a chore
Okay.
and more like planning an epic road trip.
Okay, I like that.
You wouldn't just hop in your car without a map.
You gotta have a plan.
You got to have a plan, an
Oh,
itinerary.
like
Yeah.
pack. Right?
Yeah.
Snacks.
Exactly. I have those.
And planning and scheduling for
Yeah.
maintenance, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's about making sure the right work gets done at the right time,
Yep.
with the right resources.
So efficiency, basically.
Efficiency, yeah.
Got it.
And the impact can be huge.
Yeah.
So Hoopjay actually says
Okay.
that if you can boost your maintenance productivity
Yeah.
from, a typical 30%
Yeah.
to a more reasonable 45%,
Okay.
it's like having 35% more workers
without actually hiring anyone.
That's pretty powerful.
It is.
Okay, planning and scheduling suddenly sounds a lot more
True.
appealing to me.
Yes.
Okay, but what about
Yeah.
like the stuff that inevitably cocks up?
Right.
The problems
Yeah.
that always seem to happen.
Yeah.
Is that where defect elimination comes in?
That's where it comes in, yeah.
Okay.
So defect elimination, it's all about getting to the root of the problem
Oh, okay.
and fixing it permanently.
Okay.
Not just...
Putting a Band-Aid on it.
Exactly, not just a quick fix.
Got it.
And remember that 80-20 rule?
Yeah, tell me about that.
80% of breakdowns usually come from the same 20% of issues.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you can eliminate those repeat offenders,
you're in pretty good shape.
you're in great shape.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
but how do you go about like tackling those defects?
Well, there's two approaches Hupche recommends. So first, there's the top-down method, which is formal root cause analysis.
Got it.
For those big breakdowns, right? It's like a detective investigating a crime scene.
I like that, okay.
They're gathering evidence, trying to pinpoint what went wrong and how to prevent it from happening again.
I like it.
And then there's the bottom-up approach. And this is about empowering the people on the front lines. Because they're the closest to the problem, so they can tackle those smaller recurring issues.
Makes sense. So get everybody involved.
Everybody involved, yeah.
Now, what about preventative maintenance?
Yeah.
I feel like there's always a lot of debate about how much is too much.
There is, yeah.
Right.
You're right to be skeptical. Because more preventive maintenance doesn't always mean better reliability. Some studies actually suggest that a third of preventive and maintenance tasks might be totally unnecessary.
That's a lot.
It is. So this is where we have reliability-centered maintenance, or RCM.
Okay, before we go any further, can you just unpack that a little bit for our listeners who may not be familiar with that term?
RCM is about taking a more strategic approach. It's recognizing that some failures are unavoidable. But we should really focus on the ones that truly matter.
So prioritize.
Prioritize, yes, and optimize those maintenance efforts. For maximum impact.
So working smarter, not harder, basically.
Exactly.
When it comes to maintenance.
Yes. I like that.
And to do that effectively, we need that fourth element. The leadership and culture. Because you need strong leadership to champion that shift towards RCM. And you need a culture that embraces data-driven decision-making and continuous improvement.
I like that. It's not just about fixing the machines.
It's about fixing the systems and the mindsets around them.
Exactly.
This is all starting to paint a really clear picture.
Good.
For me, but I imagine for someone listening, it might still feel like a very big undertaking.
It can,
Where do you even begin?
Well, Hupche recommends starting with planning and scheduling.
So
that's the foundation.
The first step.
Yeah, like building a house, you can't start with the roof.
You got to start with the foundation.
You got to start with the foundation, exactly. And to help people get started, he actually offers some practical tools.
What are those?
Things like the maintenance planning and scheduling scorecard. And the wrench time calculator.
So things that people can actually use.
Use right away.
And apply. That's great.
And remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
For sure.
So even small steps forward can lead to big improvements over time.
That's great advice, so don't get overwhelmed.
Don't get overwhelmed.
Just make progress.
One step at a time?
One step at a time. I love that.
Sure.
So just to quickly recap what we've talked about so far. We've learned that true reliability isn't about magic.
It's not.
It's about mastering the fundamentals.
It's fundamentals.
Right. Planning, preventing problems, fixing them permanently, and cultivating a culture of continuous improvement.
Continuous improvement, that's key.
And we've also seen that these seemingly small steps can have a huge impact.
They can.
Especially when you combine them with a data-driven approach and strong leadership.
Absolutely.
It's really about shifting from reactive to proactive. Right. From fixing symptoms to addressing the root causes.
That's the key.
All right. I think this is a perfect point to maybe take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to delve a little deeper into each of these elements of the framework and really explore how they work in practice.
Sounds good. And what's so cool about this framework is it can create like a ripple effect of positive change.
Okay, I like that.
So like when one team starts seeing these reliability improvements, it can inspire others to follow suit.
To get on board.
Yeah, to get on board.
Okay.
So it's not just about isolated gains. It's about building this culture of continuous improvement.
Across the whole organization.
Whole organization, yeah.
Okay.
And that's where leadership is so important.
Okay.
They have to champion this shift.
Okay.
Celebrate the small wins, make sure they're shared.
So everybody can see.
Everybody can see, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You want to move away from that reactive firefighting mentality.
Right, just putting out fires all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And really embrace that proactive problem solving.
Okay, I like it. Okay. So I'm getting a much better grasp on the theory.
Yeah.
But I am curious about how this actually works in real life.
Right.
In the real world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any examples of companies that have actually successfully implemented this framework?
Yeah, there was this company in the manufacturing industry, and they were really struggling with constant breakdowns on one of their critical production lines.
Oh,
yeah, it was a big problem for them. They were, losing valuable production time.
Of course.
Repair costs were going up.
Yeah.
It was a major headache for them.
I'm sure a lot of companies out there can relate to this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So they decided to give HupJ's Road to Reliability a try.
Okay.
And they started with planning and scheduling.
Okay, so back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
The foundation.
The foundation, yeah.
Okay.
So they invested in training their maintenance team.
Okay.
They implemented a computerized maintenance management system, a CMMS, and they created these clear procedures for planning and scheduling.
So they got organized.
They got organized.
Started working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Okay, and did that work?
It did. It did. They saw a big reduction in unplanned downtime.
Okay.
Their wrench time improved.
Yeah.
And their maintenance costs went down.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive improvement.
So that's great, but did they stop there?
No.
Did they try defect elimination?
They did.
Preventive maintenance?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So once they had that solid foundation in planning and scheduling, they moved on to defect elimination.
Okay.
They created these cross-functional teams to investigate the root causes of those recurring problems.
Yeah, the ones that kept popping up.
Exactly, and they came up with
solutions to prevent them from happening again.
So they were really treating the illness, not just
That's a great way to put it.
Masking the pain.
Yeah.
Okay, and then preventive maintenance. What about that?
They did. They started optimizing their preventive maintenance program using those RCM principles that we talked about earlier. So they identified tasks that weren't really adding value.
Right.
And they either eliminated them entirely or adjusted the frequency based on data and risk adjustments.
So basically they were working smarter.
Smarter, yeah.
On both ends of the spectrum, right?
On both ends, yeah.
Preventing problems before they occurred and fixing them permanently.
Permanently.
When they did pop up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it worked.
Okay, tell me about it.
They saw a huge decrease in breakdowns.
Oh, okay.
Their product quality improved.
Wow.
And they even boosted customer satisfaction.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a real success story. So that's a testament to how effective this systematic approach can be.
Yeah.
But it also shows
that
leadership is really important here.
Leadership is crucial.
Right.
Yeah.
To drive this change.
Absolutely.
And make it last.
Yeah. So the management team at this company was totally on board.
Yeah.
They were committed.
They were committed, yeah.
Okay.
They provided the resources, the support.
Yeah.
You can have the best framework in the world.
Right.
But without buy-in from leadership,
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Okay.
So they provided the right training.
Okay.
The right tools and technologies.
Yeah.
And they celebrated the successes.
Celebrated along the way.
Along the way. Yeah.
Okay, so it's about building that culture.
That culture, yeah.
Where people feel empowered.
Empowered to contribute.
To contribute, yeah. Okay. We've painted kind of a rosy picture.
Not heavy.
Yeah.
But are there any downsides or challenges that companies might face?
Yeah, one of the most common challenges is resistance to change.
Oh, yeah.
People tend to get comfortable.
With human nature.
It's human nature, yeah.
To not like change.
Exactly, even if, the status quo isn't working so well.
Yeah, we're creatures of habit.
We are.
Yeah.
So to overcome that resistance, you need strong leadership.
Okay.
You need clear communication.
Got it.
And everyone needs to understand
the
benefits, the why.
The why, yeah.
Got it.
You have to get everyone on the same page.
Aligned with the vision.
Aligned, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Another potential challenge is the investment required.
Okay.
The time.
Yeah.
The resources.
Yeah, it takes work.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Reliability improvement isn't a quick fix.
It's a journey.
It's a journey, yeah.
And it requires sustained effort over time.
So it's a marathon.
A marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, and that could be tough for some companies.
It can. It can.
Yeah, so set realistic expectations.
Realistic expectations.
And be prepared for the long haul.
The long haul, yeah.
Okay.
But it's also important
to
celebrate those milestones along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just focus on the end goal.
Right, the little wins matter.
They do, yeah. Celebrate those smaller victories because they can help.
They keep you going.
They keep you going, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep the momentum going.
And it's important to remember that this is an ongoing journey.
It is, yeah.
It's not something you achieve and then you're done.
It's a continuous process. Continuous, yeah.
Always learning.
Learning, adapting.
Getting better.
Getting better, yeah.
I like that. You got to embed that culture of continuous improvement.
In the DNA of the company. In the DNA, yeah.
So it's not about chasing this idea of perfection.
Perfection, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's about embracing the process.
The process, yeah.
And always trying to improve.
Trying to improve, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited about the growing emphasis on sustainability.
Interesting.
Yeah, companies are realizing their reliability and sustainability go hand in hand.
Okay.
So when equipment is running well, and it's reliable, it's probably using less energy, generating fewer emissions.
So it's good for the planet. It's good for the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're seeing new tools and technologies that are designed to help improve both reliability and sustainability.
At the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
A win-win.
A win-win, exactly.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for us to sign off.
Wrap it up.
Thank you all so much for joining us.
Yes.
On this deep dive into the world of reliability.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
I hope so.
And you're feeling inspired to make those small changes.
The small changes,
that can lead to big results.
Big results.
Keep learning.
Keep learning.
Keep growing.
Keep growing.
Keep striving for greater reliability.
Absolutely.
In all that you do.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon.
We will.
With another deep dive.
Yes.
Into a fascinating topic.
Sounds good.
Until then, stay curious.